And sometimes when people talk to me, they sort of imitate me a little bit, or they talk like they're, a baby or a kid or something like that. Probably not really classifiable as the kid star. I'm really more like a, grown up, that in-between age kind of,
But you don't ever plan to grow up, do you?
No, are you kidding?
Spoil all this fun? No.
The entertainment industry has witnessed its fair share of controversies, but few have been as intriguing and complex as the legal odyssey of Paul Reubens, better known as Pee Wee Herman. From his rise as a beloved children's entertainer to the dark chapters of indecent exposure and child pee allegations, Reubens' journey through scandal and legal battles is a multifaceted narrative that requires a detailed exploration. Born as Paul Rubenfeld on August 27, 1952, in Peekskill, New York, Reubens grew up in a Jewish household in Sarasota, Florida. His parents, Judy and Milton Rubenfeld, owned a lamp store, with his mother being a teacher and his father a former pilot for Britain's Royal Air Force and the U.S. Army Air Forces in World War II. Milton Rubenfeld later played a pivotal role as one of the founding pilots of the Israeli Air Force during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. An Orthodox Jew, Milton was among the 5 Jewish pilots who flew against Arab forces in clandestine fighter planes. Reubens had 2 younger siblings, Luke, born in 1958, who pursued a career as a dog trainer, and Abby, born in 1953, who became an attorney and a board member of the American Civil Liberties Union of Tennessee. Much of Reubens' childhood was spent in Oneonta, New York. His exposure to the Ringling Bros and Barnum and Bailey Circus, which had its winter headquarters in Sarasota, played a crucial role in shaping his interest in entertainment. The vibrant circus atmosphere left a lasting impression, influencing Reubens' future creative endeavors. Additionally, his fondness for watching I Love Lucy reruns ignited a desire to bring laughter to people's lives. At the tender age of 5, Reubens requested his father to construct a stage where he and his siblings would engage in theatrical performances. Reubens continued his educational journey at Sarasota High School, where he assumed the role of president of the National Thespian Society. His passion for acting led him to Northwestern University's summer program for gifted high school students. During this time, he became involved with the local Asolo Theater, Players of Sarasota Theater, and participated in numerous stage productions. Upon completing high school, Reubens briefly attended Plymouth State University for 1 semester before enrolling at Boston University. Undeterred by initial rejections from prominent acting schools, including the Juilliard School and Carnegie Mellon University twice, he eventually secured admission to the California Institute of the Arts. Relocating to California, Reubens took on various jobs in restaurant kitchens and worked as a Fuller Brush salesman as he pursued his dream in the world of entertainment. In the 1970s, Paul Reubens embarked on his journey in the entertainment industry, initially performing at local comedy clubs. By 1977, he made significant appearances on The Gong Show, participating in a boy-girl act named The Hilarious Betty and Eddie alongside Charlotte McGinnis. This period also saw his integration into the Los Angeles-based improvisational comedy team, The Groundlings, where he collaborated with notable figures such as Bob McClurg, John Paragon, Susan Barnes, and Phil Hartman. A close friendship developed between Hartman and Reubens, leading to collaborative writing efforts. The genesis of Reubens' iconic character, Pee Wee Herman, occurred during a 1978 improvisation exercise with the Groundlings. It was here that Reubens conceptualized a character aspiring to be a comedian, but hilariously inept at telling jokes. Phil Hartman played a crucial role in developing Pee Wee, and John Paragon contributed to the creation of the show. The character's distinctive voice originated from Reubens' earlier theatrical role in 1970, where he adopted a cartoon-like speaking style. The moniker Pee Wee was derived from a childhood harmonica labeled Pee Wee, while the surname Herman was a tribute to an energetic acquaintance from Reubens' youth. The iconic small gray suit worn by Pee Wee was originally crafted for Groundlings director Gary Austin, who passed it on to Reubens. The origin of Pee Wee's signature red tie, however, remains less clear, with Reubens recalling that someone handed him the little kid bow tie before a performance. In the early 1980s, Reubens faced a pivotal moment when he auditioned for Saturday Night Live alongside comedian Gilbert Gottfried. However, Reubens believed that hiring both was not feasible due to their similar comedic styles. Feeling snubbed, Reubens, bitter about the perceived favoritism toward Gottfried, decided to venture into creating his own show in Los Angeles, utilizing the character he had been cultivating, Pee Wee Herman. Assisted by fellow Groundlings, including John Paragon, Phil Hartman, and Lynn Marie Stewart, Pee-wee gained a dedicated following. Reubens took the show, titled The Pee Wee Herman Show, to the Roxy Theater, where it enjoyed a successful 5-month run with midnight shows for adults and weekly matinees for children. HBO later aired The Pee Wee Herman Show in 1981 as part of its series On Location. Reubens' fame continued to soar, leading to appearances on Late Night with David Letterman and a nationwide tour of a revamped The Pee Wee Herman Show during the mid-1980s. Concurrently, CBS approached Reubens with a proposal for a Pee Wee Herman cartoon series, but this idea was met with limited enthusiasm. In 1986, CBS signed Reubens to create, produce, and direct a live-action children's program, Pee-wee's Playhouse, with a notable budget of $325,000 per episode. The show was designed to be educational and entertaining, drawing influences from 1950s programs like The Rocky and Bullwinkle Show and The Mickey Mouse Club. Pee-wee's Playhouse quickly gained popularity among both children and adults, earning Reubens accolades for creating a morally conscious show. Reubens continued to expand Pee-wee's presence beyond the small screen, providing the voice for the ship's computer in Flight of the Navigator, 1986, and the pilot droid RX-24 in the Star Wars-themed motion simulator attraction Star Tours. Despite Pee-wee's growing fame, Reubens strategically kept his real identity in the background, conducting public appearances and interviews exclusively in character. The success of the Pee Wee Herman Show prompted Warner Bros. To entrust Reubens with writing a script for a full-length film. The resulting Pee-wee's Big Adventure, 1985, directed by Tim Burton, grossed over $40 million domestically, solidifying Pee Wee Herman as a cultural phenomenon. In the following years, Reubens worked on a sequel, Big Top Pee-wee, 1988, which experienced milder success. The late 1980s also marked personal milestones for Reubens, including attending the 1988 Academy Awards with Big Top Pee-wee co-star Valeria Golino and exchanging vows with Chandi Hefner, Doris Duke's adopted daughter, in a mock wedding presided over by Imelda Marcos. Pee-wee's Playhouse continued to captivate audiences until November 1990, with Reubens deciding to conclude the show after 5 successful seasons. The program earned a remarkable 22 Emmy Awards during its run, solidifying Reubens' legacy as a creative force in children's entertainment. But things went south from there on. During the summer of 1991, Reubens faced a national scandal following his arrest for indecent exposure at an adult movie theater in Florida. The arrest, which occurred during a raid of the South Trail Cinema in Sarasota, left an indelible mark on Reubens' public image. According to the New York Daily News, Reubens was observed exposing himself, leading to charges of exposure of a S organ. The incident, while shocking to fans and the public alike, was compounded by the fact that Reubens was a children's show host at the time. He pleaded no contest to the charges, avoiding a permanent stain on his criminal record, but was mandated to complete 75 hours of community service. In a 2004 interview with NBC News, Reubens reflected on the 1991 incident, admitting that he wasn't thinking about the potential consequences of his actions given his status as a children's entertainer. He denied the allegations of indecent exposure, asserting that he was unfairly targeted due to his celebrity status. Despite pleading no contest, Reubens maintained his innocence, emphasizing that he never believed the incident had occurred. Anyway, following his 1991 arrest, Paul Reubens adopted a low profile, channeling his energy into writing and expanding his eclectic collection, which ranged from fake food to lamps. Despite maintaining a relatively discreet public presence, he didn't completely shy away from the entertainment scene. In 1992, he took on small roles in films such as Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Tim Burton's Batman Returns, where he portrayed the Penguin's father. Additionally, he graced the screens in 1996 with appearances in Matilda and Dunstan Checks In. In 1993, Reubens lent his voice to the character Locke in another of Burton's productions, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Notably, by the time of his 1991 arrest, Pee-wee's Playhouse had already concluded. Reubens attributed this decision to the show's overworked crew and a perceived decline in its overall quality. Despite its conclusion, the show's popularity ensured rerun broadcasts until CBS canceled them in July 1991. Amid these professional challenges, Reubens found solace in a relationship with actress Debbie Mazar in 1993, attending film premieres together. Mazar was credited with aiding Reubens in overcoming the depression stemming from his arrest, although she clarified that their relationship was never consummated. In the mid-1990s, Reubens ventured into television, securing a recurring role on the popular TV series Murphy Brown. This marked a departure from his Pee-wee persona and earned him positive reviews, along with his first and only non-Pee-wee Emmy nomination for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series. His appearances on the show spanned from 1995 to 1997. Post-Murphy Brown, Reubens began work on an NBC pilot titled Meet the Muckles based on You Can't Take It With You. Unfortunately, the project faced challenges in development and was ultimately dropped due to Reubens' elaborate and costly ideas, with some attributing NBC's tepid response to a supposed blacklist against Reubens. By 1999, Reubens started making public appearances and giving interviews as himself, marking a departure from the character Pee-wee Herman. During this period, he participated in promoting the film Mystery Men and starred in Dwight Yoakam's western South of Heaven, West of Hell, portraying a sinister character. In 2001, he hosted the short-lived ABC game show You Don't Know Jack, based on the video game series of the same name, which unfortunately faced cancellation after 6 episodes due to low ratings. Reubens continued to diversify his roles, playing a flamboyant character in Ted Dem's 2001 drama Blow, a performance that garnered praise and opened doors to potential film projects. The years that followed saw Reubens making cameos and guest appearances across various platforms, showcasing his versatility. He appeared in the popular Comedy Central series Reno 911 and made noteworthy contributions to the Raconteur's music video for Steady as She Goes. In November 2002, while participating in the filming of David LaChapelle's video for Elton John's This Train Don't Stop There Anymore, Paul Reubens received unsettling news that the police were at his residence armed with a search warrant. The police were acting upon information provided by a witness involved in the P case against actor Jeffrey Jones. Among the vast collection of over 70,000 kitsch memorabilia items, they discovered 2 grainy videotapes and numerous photographs, which the city attorney's office deemed a compilation of child P. Kelly Bush, Reubens' personal representative during that period, contested the characterization of the items, asserting that they included Rob Lowe's S videotape and various 30 to 100-year-old kitsch collectible images, disputing the claim of child P. In response to the investigation, Reubens voluntarily surrendered to the Hollywood Division of the Los Angeles Police Department and faced a misdemeanor charge of possessing obscene material depicting a child under the age of 18 engaged in S conduct. Although the district attorney found no grounds for felony charges after examining Reubens' collection and computer, the city attorney, Rocky Delgadillo, formally pressed charges on the final allowable day under statute. Reubens enlisted the representation of Hollywood criminal defense lawyer Blair Burke. In December, Reubens pleaded not guilty through Burke. By March 2004, the child P charges were dismissed as part of an agreement where Reubens pleaded guilty to a reduced misdemeanor obscenity charge. This resulted in a 3-year requirement for him to register his address with the sheriff's office, and he was prohibited from being in the company of minors without the explicit permission of their parent or legal guardian. Reubens later clarified that he was an enthusiast of erotica, encompassing films, muscle magazines, and a predominantly vintage erotica collection, including photographic studies of teen nudes. What the city attorney's office labeled as P, Reubens asserted was innocent art. He contended that their interpretation of individuals engaging in S acts as underage was a subjective perspective, emphasizing that the nude images depicted individuals not involved in S acts. As an avid collector who often acquired items in bulk, Reubens emphasized that he couldn't have been aware of the content of every page in the publications he purchased. One of his vintage magazine dealers corroborated this, stating that Reubens typically sought physique magazines, vintage material, but not things featuring kids. In 2007, Reubens was honored with a tribute at the SF Sketchfest, discussing his career with Ben Fong Torres. He also signed with NBC for a pilot titled Area 57, a sitcom featuring a passive-aggressive alien, although the show did not make it to the 2007 to 2008 season. Nevertheless, he made memorable appearances on 30 Rock and FX's series Dirt, the latter at the recommendation of his close friend Courtney Cox. Despite the challenges, Reubens maintained his resilience, making appearances as Pee-wee Herman at the Spike TV's Guy's Choice Awards in 2007, marking his return after a 15-year hiatus. His involvement extended to Cartoon Network projects, including the 2006 television film Reanimated, the animated series Chowder, Tom Goes to the Mayor, and Tim and Eric Awesome Show Great Job. In 2008, Reubens was slated to appear in Pushing Daisies but faced recasting. Instead, he took on the role of Oscar Vibenius in the series' 7th and 9th episodes. His commitment to environmental causes was evident in 2008 when he participated in a PSA for Unscrew America, a campaign promoting energy-efficient light bulbs. Additionally, 2008 saw Reubens in Todd Solondz's Life During Wartime. In 2009, he voiced Batmite in the Batman, the Brave and the Bold episode titled Legends of the Dark Might, showcasing his continued versatility across various mediums. In January 2009, Reubens hinted at ongoing negotiations for the revival of his stage show, with the official announcement of the Pee-wee Herman Show's return coming in August of the same year. Reubens expressed a sense of Pee-wee calling him back, stating, "I just got up one day and felt like I'm going to come back. That was it." Beyond personal motivation, the revival served as a means to introduce Pee-wee to a new generation unfamiliar with the character, setting the stage for Reubens' primary project, the Playhouse film. Despite concerns about Reubens' present age and physique potentially conflicting with Pee-wee's iconic slender figure and flawless skin, the performer remained optimistic. Having made his first appearance as Pee-wee at Spike TV's 2007 Guys' Choice Awards since 1992, Reubens jokingly dismissed any nervousness about portraying a youthful Pee-wee again, thanks to the magic of digital retouching. The stage show's original schedule was set for November 8th to 29 at the Music Box Theater in Hollywood. However, due to overwhelming demand, the venue was shifted to Club Nokia at LA Live, extending the run from January 12th to February 7th, 2010. Reubens enthusiastically promoted the show, engaging in character interviews on various platforms including The Jay Leno Show, The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien, and Jimmy Kimmel Live. To bolster the promotion, Pee-wee gained a dedicated Twitter account, Facebook page, and a new website following the venue change. On November 11th, 2010, the show relocated to New York City for a limited run at the Stephen Sondheim Theater, where advance ticket sales exceeded $3 million. An additional performance was recorded for HBO, premiering on March 19th, 2011. Between 2012 and 2013, Reubens lent his voice to the animated series Tron Uprising, portraying the character Pavel. In 2014, he made an appearance in TV on the radio's music video for Happy Idiot. In February 2015, Netflix secured the rights to produce a new Pee-wee film titled Pee-wee's Big Holiday, with Reubens and Judd Apatow taking on production roles. The film, released on March 18, 2016, on Netflix, received positive acclaim. Reubens continued to extend his legacy in 2019 by reprising his role as the pilot droid Rex in Star Wars: Galaxy's Edge. Previously portraying the character in the original Star Tours attraction in 1987 and Star Wars Rebels in 2014, Reubens brought a fresh perspective to the reprogrammed DJ R3X character, the house DJ of Oga's Cantina. Throughout his career, Reubens had contemplated two Pee-wee Herman film scripts. The first, known as The Pee-wee Herman Story, was described as a dark comedy, or adult Pee-wee, exploring Pee-wee's rise to fame as a singer who becomes a Hollywood star but gradually transforms into a jerk. The second script, a family-friendly adventure titled Pee-wee's Playhouse: The Movie, involved a road trip adventure with Pee-wee and his Playhouse friends venturing outside their familiar abode into the fantasy land of Puppetland. Despite Reubens' discussions with Tim Burton and Johnny Depp about these scripts, the projects remained in limbo, with Reubens entertaining the idea of potentially adapting one into an animated film. In a January 2010 sketch on Funny or Die, Reubens reprised his role as Pee-wee in a playful interaction with the then-new iPad, showcasing his enduring connection to the iconic character. During an interview in February 2020 on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Reubens spoke about the 35th anniversary of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, joking that he was only 8 when he made the film. At the time, an anniversary tour with Reubens was planned, but unfortunately canceled due to the pandemic. Even the few dates of the tour that did happen were profoundly special for Reubens, who wrote on his blog, "While telling stories about the making of the movie and offering up details nobody had ever heard, I constantly felt deeply emotional and would often have to pause to not give away how close I was to bursting into tears." In any case, Reubens didn't always consider his character suitable for children. However, during the mid-1980s, he became increasingly discerning about what aspects should and shouldn't be associated with Pee-wee. As a heavy smoker, he He took measures to ensure that children never witnessed him with a cigarette while in costume, and he went so far as to hire security for this purpose. Additionally, Reubens declined endorsements for candy bars and other unhealthy foods. In 1999, he even proposed Ralston Purina Pee-wee Chow cereal, a sugar-free product that, despite his efforts, was not released due to a negative reaction in a blind taste test. Sadly, on July 30th, 2023, Paul Reubens passed away at the age of 70 due to acute hypoxic respiratory failure at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. His demise was attributed to both myelogenous leukemia and metastatic lung cancer, conditions he had been diagnosed with 6 years prior but had chosen to keep private. After his passing, a statement written by Reubens was released on his Instagram page saying, "Please accept my apology for not going public with what I've been facing the last 6 years. I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect from my friends, fans, and supporters. I have loved you all so much and enjoyed making art for you." In any case, although Paul's life was filled with scandal, his legacy remains a testament to the enduring impact of his creative contributions and the indelible mark he left on the world of entertainment. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.